Hello, welcome back to Foodinati UK, and it grieves me to say that this week is the brutal episode, and I'm off to Birmingham, and I need to take something really, really hot and spicy with me. Frank, can you help me out with this?
I can. Unfortunately, you're getting something very new. These are the first in the UK. This is the brand new One Chip Challenge, and this year it turns your tongue blue, so you can't even fake doing it. This is agony in a coffee.
Well, I hope you all appreciate it. God damn it. This is the brutal episode.
Hi, back here with Foodinati. We're in Birmingham today, and I'm here with Kieran Scott of Ashen Crown. And first of all, I'm going to give a shout out to Bonehead. This is a wonderful place that we're at tonight. Now this looks, I mean, look at that. Look at that. Right, so we're going to be chowing down some magnificent chicken burgers. I've got it on really, really good authority. These are the best chicken burgers in Birmingham. So we're about to find out. Anyway, we'll see, yeah. So we're down here on Lower 7th Street, Birmingham, just across the way from the Brewdog. So there we are. So, Kieran, welcome to the show.
Absolute pleasure to be here.
Fantastic to have you here. Kieran and I are going to be getting on something a bit later that is a UK first, maybe, unless some TikTok has got in there before me. But more on that later. Anyway, let's check these burgers out, mate.
And I'm so excited. I mean, look at this. It is enormous.
These are looking fantastic. Wow. We've opted for the Dragon Burger, and this is a chicken burger with an Asian twist on it. We've got a sriracha glaze, honey on it. Honey.
Oh man, that's good.
Very good indeed. So, I'm going to take the recommended post mouthful, and then I can get on with this interview. So, good.
Yes.
You are lead singer for Deep Breath,
Grimorte, yeah.
Death Collector,
Correct.
and most famous for Ashen Crown.
Yeah.
So, Ashen Crown has been doing really well. Yeah.
We're doing okay, yeah.
You can have out. Is that your only album?
For now, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic record. It's very layered. It's got. I mean, what was your approach to that record? Like, were you planning on it being so layered as it is?
I think it just was a result of Neil from Crystal, because Initiate Audio and Media, he was the one that took us into the studio, and it was my first studio experience, and mostly everyone else's in the band at the time.
Sure.
And Neil was like, look, trust me, I know what I'm doing, we'll get you in. And so I think a lot of the layering was mostly him. I mean, we obviously had our own ideas of song structure and where's got what going where. But for example, he recommended to bring in Francesca, who was the operatic vocal.
I love that being in there.
Yeah, and that was his idea. So he threw
fantastic.
a lot of his own personality into the album, which we were very receptive of.
Yeah.
Because again, we were newbies, so. That was in, when was that now? That was like 2018. Yeah, we recorded that in 2018, released it November the 1st, 2019.
Wonderful.
It wasn't that long ago.
Brilliant. And it culminates in this like epic last track. I absolutely enjoy it. And I've got to say, props to your drummer or your producer or whoever's idea this was, but the way I feel about the snare on Saint Anger is exactly the opposite to the way I feel about the snare on your record, i.e. I love it. Yeah, it's one of the best snares I've heard, because I could get really production-y on this, but it's an honest snare. It sounds like a snare drum. Too many death metal records got
like cavernous echoes.
Huge reverbs on it. This it's great. It pops. As a producer myself, I listen to these things, and I had to give you props on that because I was listening to it the other day and I was just thinking, That's a killer snare drum, that is.
Oh yeah, our drummer Mike is very proud of his snares.
Yes.
Like he's got about 4, I think.
Oh God, I'm glad I wasn't just nerding out for no reason.
No. You should, oh, at some point, like you'd see them. He's got like a pedal snare and some other snare and all these different ages, different like tunings and stuff. And I think Neil said as well he wanted the snare to be raw as possible because he wanted to like kind of translate what we did live as much as he could as an album. So a lot of what you hear is exactly what we're playing. There's very little fiddling going on. It's just like EQing and. But it also sounds very big. But it's got that sort of live sounding, like especially in the rhythm section. Especially that, yeah. So when we play it live, if you see it live, we do have quite a big sound because there's just a lot going on. You know, so we have this particular sound which translates pretty much exactly from album to live. We do play it faster live though.
Yeah, well, don't we all? And then the other thing I've got to get on to, so you've got Death Collector.
Yes.
Now, you've been working on the new album.
Yes, we are,
Because you've got the EP out called Time's Up.
That's right. That came out in February.
Yeah.
See, Death Collector was I'll go quickly as I can. So Death Collector was kind of a last minute thing. So Andy and Nick from Zealot Cult, at the time they were just playing around over the lockdown, just doing a bit of music here and there, you know, a couple of covers, things like that. And then they just thought, oh man, let's just like, you know, see how it goes. And for whatever reason, it comes some way or another, it just became a band.
Right. So what the best things do though, it happens organically.
And how I got involved was that I worked with Andy before doing like graphic design for him. You know, the logo here for his group, you know, Old Men Play Death Metal, it's a funny group. Doing that for Death Metal.
Cool.
You know, things like that, and I've helped him out with a couple of like merch designs and things like that. So we were just talking, and he mentioned about this thing, and I was like, "Do you need a vocalist?" And he was like, "Yeah, right." And that was it. There was no like interview or amazing thing. It was just like, "Yeah, you're in."
Oh, brilliant! Well, the best things come over like that. I'm doing a project myself at the moment, which is just I started talking to someone I went on tour with like 20 odd years ago, and then it became a project. But this isn't about me.
Not me.
Yes, absolutely. We've had one too many 601 plugs on here, but there's another one. So you've been working on the new album. The EP was a very primal piece of death metal. Oh yeah. Like it's sort of stuff I love. It's sort of stuff that sounds like it's been made in a dingy basement. it's very gritty, proper death metal. And if you're a fan of like early earache or anything like that, just like dark underground death metal, basically, is what I call it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Are you carrying on that way, or are there any surprises?
I can give some information. So with the EP, we didn't intend it to sound like overly old school. It just kind of happened because the way we recorded it, they're just demo recordings. They're just DI straight in, no preamp, nothing like that. And so they were just quick effects, bang, album done. We had a great reception from that. Because it was like just like throw the hook out, see what we get. People enjoyed it from more than I was expecting. Like the amount of attention we got was crazy. I was completely blown away by it. I mean, we're like 30,000 streams for a DIY release, brand new band, brand new EP, and it was like, well, okay, I guess people are liking this sort of stuff.
I have to say, I thought that it was intentional.
No, it just happened.
Intentionally underground sounding.
I think it just inherently was because the way that we recorded it.
It's very charming in that respect. It's an honest record.
Yes.
It sounds great. In the same way, like if you listen to the new Bloodbath, it's not massively. It's not massively overproduced.
No,
it's just buzzsaw riffs and guttural vocal and grooves.
Oh, just grooves.
Speaks for itself. Speaks for itself,
Listen
really.
to it.
Oh yeah,
it's so good.
Get the new Bloodbath record. And Bloodbath, if you're watching this, I'd love to interview you. Thank you. Yes.
But yeah, so Gord, who mixed and mastered it from Darkened, he just, I'll do it for you. So he just threw some stuff in it, banged it out. We loved it. So I would say he's quite integral for what the sound is moving forward with the album.
Sure.
He's also producing the album as well.
Oh,
I can tell you that.
So that's continuity.
So he already knows what we want and where we're going to go with it.
That's right.
But the new stuff that we're doing, it's different to what you're expecting. We are blending hardcore and punk into this record. There was a little bit of it in the EP.
Oh, like the D-beat type thing. Yeah.
Which with Andy's like heritage of like being in punk bands.
I love that.
We felt like, because Andy wanted to express that side of his musicality and his history, kind of, because even though death metal is a big part of his life, punk is also equally, and we all agreed, and I'm more than happy to be like, yeah, let's just make this a bit different.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I particularly loved it when, say, Entombed went from like clandestine to Wolverine Blues.
and it's just such great albums.
Just grooves all over the place.
Such great albums.
Grooves all over the place.
Yeah, so you've got a lot to look forward to in the album and some surprises as well.
Some surprise. Yeah, well, I can't obviously push him on surprises because it will be a surprise now, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
So there you go. Is there any plans to take Death Collector live?
Yes, so at the moment, obviously, album, organising.
Obviously.
Because we need to organise our live lineup. So we're going to be getting a touring guitarist to come in with us to play like the rhythm sections with Nick, and that's one of Nick's friends as well. So that's really good for live stuff. Only for live stuff. He has no part in writing or the recording, so Nick handles all that aspect. He's more than happy to do it. So yeah.
Wonderful. So we'll be seeing some gigs.
Yes, we're hopefully looking at around early in next year, but this is very kind of like penciled.
Yes.
It depends how well we go with the album and how it all flows nice and smooth.
Absolutely.
And obviously dependent on travelling, because Mickey lives in Ireland.
Where?
Mickey lives in Ireland.
Ireland. Oh.
Yeah. So
Right.
we have to like obviously.
It's funny you say that actually.
Oh, yeah.
The other member of my other band is from Ireland as well. He lives in Cork.
Oh, well, he lives in Limerick. Nicholas. So
There we go. So we've both got Irish bandmates.
they're great.
So there we go. But we've also got the internet, which is a wonderful way to do things. Right, now, and you're also,
Yes.
lest we forget, we're kind of a food show, kind of, a little bit. You're a big foodie yourself.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And I've seen some of your creations on your Facebook and stuff. So,
Oh, yeah.
what's your go-to cooking? Like, what's your favourite thing to cook?
That's impossible to answer. Okay, I would just say broadly Asian cuisine. Just broadly, because it's so broad. It's so much. I mean, that also covers like, you know, like Indian and things like that as well, Western Indian. And Middle Eastern as well, and it's all like just anything with spice and flavour and seasonings and ingredients that I'm not used to. I love tasting new things.
Oh, absolutely. That's fun for me. But speaking in chefy ways, but it's like trying out a new effects pedal. It's like, oh, what can I do with this? What would this go with? How can I utilise
What
this?
can I combine this with to create the desired effect that I want? Yeah, it's very similar, because at the end of the day, it's still art.
Yes,
They're producing art. I see food as art. Some people don't, that's fine, but you know.
I do.
And of course, that's being a chef, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, for example, over the lockdown, because I couldn't travel, and I like travelling and stuff, and I wanted to like, right, well, let's explore culinarily, you know, let's go around the world. So
Yeah.
I was like trying all sorts of like different foods, like Vietnamese food, you know, Filipino food, as much as I can accurately get to in the UK. Just things like banh mi's and
We've covered Vietnamese food. We've covered Vietnamese food twice now.
so good.
Just because it was too good not to.
It's just
And I could get like, oh, we've already done that about it.
No.
But I was just like, no, when it tastes that good, I'll do it again.
beautiful. And then you know, the things got like, you know, you've got like pho, and then you've got like, you know, like that's one of my favourite broth beef soups.
Oh, pho.
Or pho, yeah.
Yeah.
Pho.
Or pho.
But yeah, and like things like that. And then I fell in love with Southern Korean food.
Yes.
Just everything's got like spice, like chili paste and incredible flavours going on. Lots of cheese.
Yeah.
Lots of cheese. But you know, and I just like, this is amazing. So now I have staples in my kitchen now that are always there, always stocked up because of that. Like 2 years of just eating all different kinds of
Well,
things.
I should imagine I have quite a nice spice rack. You know, which I was talking to Alex from Witch Fever the other day about this. She's a big vegan chef.
All right, yeah.
And we were discussing how if you've got a decent spice rack in your arsenal, you can pimp most things. Like you could, if you've got no money and you can only like afford like, you know, some real basics, you can go mental if you've got a good spice rack. This is fantastic, by the way. So seriously, if you're coming to Bonehead, I can recommend the Dragon Burger. I know it looks like I haven't eaten much of it because I'm interviewing, but it is spectacular. And I don't say that all the time, but I've been really lucky in these last 2 interviews and hit another home run.
Sweet and spicy.
Fantastic. So, yes, spicy. Now, we're getting into the area that the interview's going to veer off into. So, you're a fan of the spice, right? Can you remember, and I asked somebody else this question, but I'll ask you it, Can you remember the first time you ever experienced spicy food?
Do you mean like general spice or extreme spice?
Well, when you were a little kid or something, and something was like spicy.
Yeah, when I was a child, I think it's very likely when I was, my mum like cooked like some sort of like heaters or something like that. And it had like jalapenos in it. And as a child, jalapenos quite a lot. I mean, now because it's nothing, but
Yeah.
that was my first experience of having like that kind of thing. And I didn't love it or hate it. That's kind of, it was kind of a process like, what is this?
Like a sensory.
What is this? What is this going on?
Yeah.
But I love spice because it opens up your taste buds and it allows these taste flavours that you normally would not take for granted, but not really acknowledge in
Absolutely. I mean, this is one thing we keep coming back to on the show is that we're fans of spice, not just for the sake of it. Spice is tasty. We might be looking at that trend later, but yeah, you know, I mean, spice flavors. It's a sensory tool, even more than it's a taste tool. Sometimes it's sensory. You can actually get a like buzz off like certain chilies and stuff like that. We were reviewing Jazz Coleman sauce the other day, and me and Chris, who I was reviewing it with, said we both felt a little high off it.
Yeah. You do get that rush off it. Because spice has a natural kind of pain relief to it, because it sets off.
It sets your endorphins off.
Which helps map up pain and helps cover up pain. You know, and that's what you transfer over. But yeah, so it's quite an amazing thing. I absolutely love like what spice can do to you. Now, it's one of the things like I do think there's a limit to spice where it becomes unpleasant. You're not, because when you can't taste anything properly and you're just overloading your senses, I find that to be kind of a point. I can eat it, but I'm like, I can't really taste anything. Because I'm a taste person and texture.
Oh, definitely.
Taste and texture.
Well, if you're chefy in any way, like, you know, you will be. Yeah, I don't know any chef that goes out to cook something that's just like going to blow your head off and not taste good. So,
absolutely, yeah.
I know a few people make hot sauces that do that, but anyway. Right, so, what is the best music to cook to?
Cook to?
Yes. Soundtrack to your kitchen.
Good question. Mine is normally the kind of like progressive death metal or something like that.
Quite dreamy.
Because something that's got a bit of like flow in and it's not just repetition constantly. So it's got like the heavy bits for, you know, where it's like a bit of a bop and and then it's got like some nice melody sections where I have a little bit of dance, you know, kind of get into the vibe, because when I'm using on the background I don't like think too much about it, I sort of like absorb it as I'm cooking, because as I said, because you know, I find music and cooking to be quite artistic, so I feel like you can get some nice collaborative sort of things. And does it affect the recipes? Not a little bit, but I might end up being a bit more ambitious. A bit of blast beats going on, put an extra cayenne pepper in it.
See, that's exactly why I don't listen to death metal in the kitchen. Because I do get carried away. And I tend to. I find tempo plays a large part in my cooking. Yeah, so I've experimented with different tempos. And I can't have anything too lazy because I won't get my rhythm. So I'll find a mid-pace chunky.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a nice medium. Yeah. I'm just thinking like, imagine like just listen to black metal and just like start changing recipe mid-song, like just can we get the goat out?
So, to round it up, Death Cup Collector album is out-ish.
We are looking at summer, so June, July. We're not confirmed 100% yet, but we're very likely June, July.
And is there going to be more new Ashen Crown?
Yes, so we're currently writing with the new guitarist, Si. That's going to be very interesting. He's changed the sound a little, but it still has that familiar Ashen Crown sound that people know as the house. So
excellent.
Don't worry guys, the melody's still there. You'll be happy to hear there's musicality in our music.
And Grimorte as well.
Yeah, so Grimorte, obviously with Grimorte, it's a side project of mine and Lewis from our Caravan. Go check out our Caravan if you want. But we are very busy, because he's very busy doing his new stuff and I'm very busy doing mine. So I think it's one of those things that's when we have the time.
Cool.
Which we'll never.
Definitely keep an eye out for all three of those bands. Come down to Bonehead.
Right.
Birmingham, Lower 7th Street. This is killer stuff. And we're going to be back very shortly. First of all, we're going to finish these off, and then yeah, we're going to splurge off, I think. And we're going to keep our clothes on.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, so what we brought you all here for is this. This is the one chip challenge.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Because, you know, this is a smart decision to make right now.
Right, we're just gonna go for it.
We've got real peppers, real heat. Now this is the new version, if I'm correct. This has got.
This is correct. This is the 2022 version. You get a poster.
Oh, nice.
Says I crush the one chip challenge. Right, so you get that if we do. Right, I have to say special thanks to Frank at Chilli Shop Leeds.
This is agony in a coffin.
As ever,
Legend.
Blinder.
Thank you for killing me.
Thank you. This is actually very generous. These are actually pretty expensive to cause yourself this much pain. So, right, gloves. Oh, that was useful. Right, I'm just going to use my finger and my thumb. Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, it's crunched up. That
Right.
smells lovely.
Oh, that smells. Oh,
Oh, it's in pieces.
oh no.
Oh, mine's in pieces.
There's mine a little bit. Right. Okay, so there it is. There's the chip. Okay.
Oh, crap.
Careful around the eyes.
Do not touch the eyes.
Okay.
Do not
Right.
touch the eyes. Do not touch
We ready?
the eyes.
Right, okay. Cheers to you. 3,
Cheers for this.
2, 1. Put it down.
It's so dry. Is that it?
No.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there it is. And it's down. Oh, it gets worse. Holy moly, it gets worse when you swallow it.
Sponsor Jim.
Oh. Right, we've done a minute.
Damn.
That's 1 minute. Done. Oh, hiccup. Right.
Now, either I'm Superman,
Oh.
or all of a sudden, that has not hit me. It is hot though.
Yeah. But,
I'm okay.
oh, I've got a hiccup.
You alright, mate?
Well, get that milk up.
You're gonna need it.
Oh, yeah.
So what's the time limit? 5 minutes.
You don't have to. I'm not going to be a hero.
I'm fine.
Crushed it.
Yes. Thanks to you, to all the haters that doubted me, reasonably doubted me. I'm fine. It's hot, but I am fine. Dean, Harry Spice, you're going to be proud of me.
Oh.
I nailed it. No reaction. You did 5 of these, you know. 5. Are you all right, mate?